Hi there. Wraps are everyone's favourites, and if you're anything like me, you'll spend your weekday mornings rolling them for the kids, whether it's peanut butter, cream cheese and celery, whatever mixture they're on at the time, it's all about the kids. But once they've gone to school and 12 o'clock comes around, it's all about me. And here are a couple of my favourite fillings. First one being quite Mexican in style. It's a corn salsa type filling that I'm going to mix with chicken. I've cooked off some corn cobs. Now they've been frozen, just cooked in water. However, when corn's in season, scrape them off the cob, or go back, put the whole corn cob onto the barbecue or onto the griddle with a little bit of oil, cook them until they start to blacken. You get that lovely caramelization, that charring occurring. Take them off, scrape the cobs off, and then into a bowl as so. But if you can't do that, if corn's out of season, because let's face it, it is a really short season, then frozen is absolutely fine. Okay, I've got some homegrown coriander here as well. It's actually got really thick stems on it this season. Coriander in the garden, I leave it to do its thing. In terms of, I started probably 3 years ago with a packet of seeds. Throw it into the garden, let it grow, because coriander is best grown when you grow it completely from seed. If you try and move it when it's seedlings, the roots get all disturbed and it tends to bolt. But put it straight into the garden. Once it goes to seed, shake it and let it start all over again. Aside from midsummer, or if you get really cold winters, you should be able to grow it very well in the shoulder seasons, spring and autumn. Tomato into here as well. Red onion into there as well. And I'm not going to skimp on this. I love red onion. I love the flavour it gives. And unlike the brown onions, it's so mild. It's beautiful to have when it's raw. And rather than overpowering a dish, it actually really just gives it loads of interest. Okay, we've got a couple of avocados. Well, actually a whole avocado cut in half. And I'm just going to slice through that, leaving the skin on only because often it's just easier to flick it out of the skin once you've sliced it. They're beautiful Hess avocados. Okay, into that, a good squeeze of lime juice. And yes, they are limes. I've just left them on the tree a little bit too long and they have taken on a yellow hue, but they are delicious Tahitian limes. And a good generous squeeze of lime juice into that. A drizzle of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And a sprinkle, of course, of salt and pepper. It's a sea salt I'm using, but it is quite refined in terms of the grains are very small, but it's still got that lovely sea salt flavour. A good grind of pepper. And we will mix that through. This, of course, on its own makes a beautiful salad, and the corn and onion and tomato don't really give it the bulk it needs to be a perfect in terms of a whole salad for everyone to share. So add some rocket leaves, put some handfuls of rocket leaves in, and therefore you'll get a salad that is bright with the beautiful colours of summer and just it extends it out. I've cooked off some chicken. I'm using chicken breast. The skin is off it, and I've just pan fried it in some oil. Righto, now it's time to warm up the tortilla. I've got the a toasted sandwich press hot and ready to go. You can warm them in the microwave, but I kind of like almost the crispy bit they get on the outside by being in the toasted sandwich maker. I'm using these beautiful Bazaar flour tortilla wraps. Into there, and it really is only a matter of seconds. All you're doing is warming it through. A little bit of crispness, as I said, but not too much because you still want it to be able to roll. And I'll just clear a space on my board for it. No need to wash it because everything that's been on there is the same as going in, and it'll be absolutely fine. Okay, so salsa over the chicken. So as I said, the beautiful flavours of summer in here, very Mexican, very limey. Chicken in there with the salsa. And then we're just going to roll it up. You can fold in both ends or just one end. As you can see, the Bazaar wraps, they really do fold up beautifully. And there we are, lunch on the way. Who can I invite over? But right now, we're going to move on to another simple idea using the wonderful Bazaar tortilla wraps. I'll just move that to the side. We all make asparagus rolls, but have you made asparagus wraps and made them with a slightly different twist? So once again, the flour tortilla into the toasted sandwich press. We'll just leave that there for about 30 seconds to warm up. While that's warming, another great idea with your tortilla wraps is they fold, they're malleable, they just move so easily. You can pop them into trays such as this, or perhaps something slightly bigger, give them a spray of oil, then into the oven and make yourself a basket. Into that, Caesar salad, a niçoise salad, even the beautiful fish ceviche, delicious in there, and you've got an edible basket for your lunch, which is really smart. Okay, tortilla is hot and ready to go. We'll flick it over to that side, give it a generous spread of aioli. So asparagus rolls, when you make them usually, you probably put butter in, but I love aioli with asparagus. Just give that a good brush over, that beautiful garlicky smell, because of course garlic and asparagus does go so wonderfully well together. I've got beautiful fresh asparagus, which I'm just going to, actually we'll have a head poking out. Maybe we'll be really generous. This is lunch. It's not a cocktail party, so we will put 3 spears. And now I've got some really beautiful thinly sliced prosciutto. In terms of an air-dried, kind of like a ham. It's an Italian form of ham. If you can't get prosciutto, don't have prosciutto, then use just fine thin slices of ham. Once again, just fold in your bottoms and roll them up. And there you have a really delicious lunch. Shaved parmesan into there as well, beautiful.